greet the fans real quick.
Greetings and salutations. Good evening, sports fans. It's Todd Edwards coming to you live tonight from the venerable gym from downtown York here, the home of the Bearcats. The York High Bearcats, as we speak, are entering the court, and they'll play host tonight to the Reading Red Knights. And a big matchup here between York County and Berks County, Dale.
Take my mask down for a second, Todd, so I can speak a little bit as we practice social distancing.
Yeah, we'll try to do our best, and hopefully the fans at home can hear our voices as we may be drowned out by the music here for pregame warm-ups. York High Bearcats are on the field. Of course, they're led by their head coach, Glovis Gallen, entering his 5th season. And here comes the Reading Red Knights. They're led by their head coach, entering his 10th season, Rick Perez. This should be a big battle. Of course, this Reading team just a few years ago were your state champs in 2017, and they were led by Lonnie Walker.
Lonnie Walker's now in the NBA playing for the San Antonio Spurs, so he may be watching this game tonight because it's Reading's opener game, and it should be a really good one. As well, Reading was also in the district championship last year going against Wilson, which was a tightly contested game, and I know they're looking to go back there again this year.
And, of course, we broadcasted this game between Reading and Central, if you remember, across town last year. And Reading, of course, they're led by some key players. Want to mention some names to you. Daniel Alcantara, Ruben Rodriguez, and you want to also keep in mind 6'6" senior Moro Asumananu. Another big player tonight that you're going to have to keep an eye on for the Reading Red Knights. And then York High, Antoine Beard comes back for this team. And
also Kelvin Matthews.
Kelvin Matthews. And I would be remiss in not mentioning senior Rasheem Lee as well will lead this Bearcat team tonight. And both teams, first matchup tonight here.
Yeah, first matchup, and I think this is a good way to set the tone for both of these ball clubs to start the season. I know they have about 18 and 19 games on tap for both squads, so this should be a really good game tonight between Reading and York High.
And it should be. We're going to make our way up court, of course, here, and just taking in a little bit of the flavor of being courtside here, you really do get a chance to see the athleticism on display and some of the size of the players here on the court for both teams, for Reading and York High. And double header duty culminates tonight with this big matchup here at York High.
Yeah, this is our second game of the day. We did the girls game earlier with York High going against JP McCaskey. Out of Lancaster. York High pulled out that victory, so they set the tone for the boys' game. So hopefully York High can come in here and do what they need to do. But going against a team like Reading, they're battle tested. This team is known for going deep into the districts and also the state games, Todd.
They're used to not just playing regular season games outside the county. They're used to competing for the state championships in Hershey, the sweetest place on earth. And I'm sure both of these teams hope they can make their way there to the sweetest place on earth later this winter. And, of course, COVID permitting, hopefully we can have a long basketball season here tonight and down the road,
Yeah, this year in basketball, it's going to be very interesting to watch these teams play because everybody's pretty much evenly matched. But there are some fan favorites, or there's some team favorites like Central Dauphin, Reading, Central York, of course, York High, and also Harrisburg. You got to look out for
Steel High's another
team. Can't forget Wilson as well.
And Wilson, led by Stevie Mitchell, who's committed to Marquette, another top player out of Berks County. But this team from Reading has some players to keep an eye on tonight. We mentioned them earlier. They're going to be on display tonight with their athleticism. And 6'6", you can see it here on the court.
Well, he's right here in front of us right now, the 6'6" player. And also Reading has a lot of 6-footers. There's about 5 of them on the team that's 6'2" and better. So it should be very interesting to see how they come out and play. We got about 11 minutes until the tip-off. And, man, I'm just excited to be back out here for 2020-2021 season.
And just to be part of it here on the court, it's a great time. And I hope, like I said, we have a long season. We want to remind our fans that our videographer is here tonight as well. Cade Burnett is in the house. He'll be, I'm sure he'll be taking some great pictures and videography work. And follow him on Facebook or Instagram. And for that matter, you can follow Dew Jones and myself, Todd Edwards, on Facebook or Instagram. And just standing here, I'm getting excited, ready for this game, Dill.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the coach for Reading, we said Matt Alvarez, correct?
Rick Perez.
Rick Perez. Rick Perez does a great job keeping his guys motivated, excited and energetic throughout the game. I witnessed that last year when Reading went against Central York.
Yeah,
and that,
a 1-point win by this Reading team.
Yeah, and Reading was actually down by 9 points in the fourth quarter, but they never gave up. They played really hard, so he keeps his guys engaged and fired up, and you can see it even in their warm-up. I mean, these guys are getting sweaty, stretching, and all the coaches are involved as well. So I think that's a part of a winning culture that I like to see.
Yes, and you're going to see it from Reading, one of the top teams out of Berks County, and a big battle tonight between York County and Berks County. We want to say hello to our camera operator, Belinda Morales, who is here tonight. Also, your son going to help out with the broadcast duties tonight, and whether you're watching us and streaming us online, we welcome you through our YouTube page, or if you're part of the White Rose Community Television Channel 18, hello to you. We're glad you're spending your Saturday night with a little high school basketball. And I know it was busy today earlier with some NFL playoff games, but this is really the main event as far as I'm concerned between York High and Reading in high school basketball.
It's just something so special about high school sports that, people really get into. I mean, because a lot of these kids, they go to this school, they live in the district, and, the parents lived in the district and went to that school as well. So having the opportunity to film some of these games, it's just a blessing. And I want to give a shout out also to Dr. Fitch, which is the athletic director for York High.
For York High. And they've always been gracious to us as we come in here to broadcast a game. And you can see some of the fans are here. Now, it's just home fans only here tonight. Inside Bearcat Stadium, no fans from Reading, so Reading has to kind of bring their own energy here. I'm seeing that right now with the coaching staff and the players, and certainly the music here will get these players in game time shape here, ready to go.
And as I said, York High is also engaged. They're ready to go. They're fired up as well. Like I said, they have a home crowd, so they have that to their advantage. And the key, I think, for York High in this game in particular is that with them being outside, they had to box out.
Yeah.
They had to box out, clear out, so these guys don't get second chance opportunities to run the ball and do what they want to do. Watching Reading last year, they did a lot of dribble drive penetration. The guards will go to the bucket, make you commit, and then dish the ball off. So York High has to stay on their toes, stay on their feet, and don't go for the okey doke and stay disciplined on the defensive side.
And again, we mentioned to our fans, this is the first game for both teams tonight, so it's going to be an exciting experience tonight inside this venerable facility who's hosted a lot of big games and a lot of big players through the years. Glad to be part of it with you, and we thank you for tuning in tonight as you grab your bottled water and maybe some popcorn and tune into Sports Shooting Stars as we bring the game to you. And it's never more important to hear that, particularly during this COVID-19 pandemic.
Absolutely. We got 12 games on tap for everybody, for people to come check us out and follow our feed on Sports Shooting Stars on Facebook or on Instagram. And we're also on Twitter, so you can follow our schedule and see where we're going to be at next. We have a lot of games coming up after the 19th, and we got many games come up in February as well. So we're featuring some Harrisburg teams, Mid-Penn teams, York County teams, of course, Adams County, and also the Lancaster-Lebanon League.
Yeah, a full slate of games. We're going to take a little break after tonight, and as you mentioned, we'll resume later this month, January 19th, and looking forward to the broadcast schedule. It's a fun time. It's something that you and I both enjoy, and we hope you, the viewers, enjoy it as much as we do.
Well, again, Todd, we won't be able to do this without the sponsors, so I'd like to give a quick shout-out to our sponsors that help us offset some camera equipment fees and, the merchandise we give out to the kids and things like that. And we also want to thank the sponsors for everything they do for us, because without them, we can't actually make these games happen.
And with that in mind, let me mention some of our sponsors tonight. It's Basil Insurance. If you're looking for home, auto, or life insurance, check out Basil Insurance. Also, Integrity First Home Buyers here in York. If you're looking to sell, buy, or rent, check out Integrity First Home Buyers. Also, the attorney of law offices of Sandra Thompson right here in York, fighting the law for your job, freedom, and family. Check out attorney Sandra Thompson. Also, looking for a motor vehicle? How about Prestige Motor Cars of York here with Jesse Ferber? And let me remind everybody, it's a new year. Maybe they're looking to get in shape and lose that beer belly. Well, you can join S3 Performance Training with John Turpak and Ron Johnson. These guys will get you in tip-top shape for the upcoming new year.
Yeah, and the cool thing, Todd, about these sponsors that we know them personally. We see them in the community. We see them doing a lot of things. Like you said, John Turpak. We got Greg Basil. We got Eric Brewer. We also got Jesse Ferber and also Sandra Thompson. And there's a host of other sponsors that we had throughout the season. But this game, particularly today, is with those 5 sponsors.
It's an exciting time, and we're about 5 minutes away from player introductions and the playing of our national anthem. And any final thoughts before we break to go up to the broadcast booth?
Well, I think it's going to be a very interesting game. Like I said, Reading comes in with all the clout, with all the prestige about them being, one of the top teams. I think York High is one of those teams that is kind of a little bit under the radar this year, but you can never come in York High's into their gym and think you're and expect an easy win, because they're going to battle.
And you mentioned they've been in 5A. They move up to 6A now, and it's going to be interesting to see, because we know this Reading team's a 6A team. York High, Central, all 6A schools, they bump up. How do you think that'll play with York High moving from 5A to 6A?
Well, I think it can work in York High's favor, because, they always have, as they say, York High always have dogs. They got guys out there that can really play in football and basketball. So, York High is up for the challenge, and I think they're ready to play.
And we're going to find out tonight with tip-off. We're just minutes away from tip-off here as the players are going through their last procession of warm-ups here, taking some shots. Both teams, York High and the Reading Red Knights. And we want to give a shout-out to the faithful from Berks County.
I was just about to say that.
They're following. If you follow the Reading Red Knights Facebook page, they have a link. And I hope a lot of fans from Berks County are enjoying the broadcast tonight. And we welcome you and thank you for tuning in tonight from Berks County or from wherever you're watching. Really, with social media, it's not just countywide, it's worldwide.
Worldwide, absolutely. At a touch of a button. We want to also give a shout out to Berks County, because we actually filmed Central York versus Reading last year. So if you guys want to go to Sports Shooting Stars on YouTube and check that game out, Central versus Reading, that was a thriller where Reading actually won the game by 1 point.
And I don't want to toot our own horn, but thousands of views per game. It is just tremendous, the amount of viewership. And we thank you, the fans and viewers, for tuning in, because you make this happen along with our sponsors. And we're glad to do season 4 of basketball here tonight from York High.
Hey, we're about 3 minutes away from tip-off. Well, actually 3 minutes away from the national anthem, then tip-off. So we're going to let you guys settle in. We're going to check. Hey, on the YouTube account, go ahead and chat. We have a live chat that's there. Go ahead and chat. Engage with the other fans. Keep it classy, as we always say. You know what I mean? And tune in for a great game. And also follow Sports Shooting Stars. We film nothing but high school sports all year long, football and basketball. So, we're here for you.
Maybe some other sports too along the way, like volleyball and high school wrestling. And it's going to be a great game tonight. And we, again, thank you for tuning in tonight. Stu and myself, we're going to make our way up to the broadcast booth.
Yes, sir. Hey, guys, tune in, and we'll be back to talk to you guys in a few minutes.
We're back in the broadcast booth, fans. It's Todd Edwards, Stu Jones. Going to have player introductions here.
And your York High Bearcat. This contest is being held under the governor's return to play guidelines for winter sports, ensuring that all persons in the gym are wearing masks and using social distancing, and the following the CDC guidelines to prevent the spread of COVID. This contest is sanctioned under the PIAA and the YAIAA. Athletics are a vital part of the total education program, and contests like this are held for student athletes and the student bodies of the participating teams. Please show good sportsmanship and do not interfere with this event, or you will be asked to leave. If you're starting to feel ill or getting sick, please notify a staff member to obtain care. And now for the starting lineups. For the visiting Red Knights, number 24, Renee Rodriguez. Number 11, Xavier Davis. Number 21, Daniel Alcantara. Number 0, Amir Bernal. And number 2, Ruben Rodriguez. And now your starting lineups for your York High Bearcats. At guard, number 0, Kelvin Matthews. At guard, number 2, Antoine Hill. At guard, number 3, Samuel Correa. At guard, number 14, Rashid Lee. And at guard, number 55, Samir Nasheed.
There you have it, sports fans, player introductions. And now we await the playing of our national anthem. Both teams trying to bring their own energy tonight with a limited fan capacity.
In the social justice and things going on in the world, so we decided to take a moment of silence as our players take a knee.
In recognition to everything that's going on in America right now, pretty much the world, both teams are going to take a knee and have some acknowledgement of a reflection pretty much of what's going on in the world. And this is a unity thing between both teams. And they're taking a knee for social justice. And that was a great acknowledgement from Redding's coach, Rick Alvarez.
Rick Perez,
I'm sorry.
Please rise and move your hats as we play with pride and respect for our country, our national anthem.
there you have it, sports fans. Are you ready for a little basketball this Saturday night? Settle in, Sports Shooting Stars. It's a broadcast team of Dew Jones and Todd Edwards here, coming to you live from downtown York, Pennsylvania, Dew.
Also want to give a shout out to Cliff Kern. He's somewhere remotely watching the game, making sure everything is going according to plan. We don't have no mishaps or any mistakes.
No hiccups, if you will.
No hiccups on the live feed. So big shout out to Cliff Kern. Also Belinda Morales. She's on the video, doing our videographer for Sports Shooting Stars the last 4 years. So shout out to her. It's nice to see a nice crowd in here tonight, Todd.
Nice crowd. I think you said about 100 fans were allowed in. All home fans, of course, for York High. No visiting fans. So Reading will have to bring their own energy to tonight's game for the players.
Also want to encourage the fans to look at our live chat that's on YouTube. You can go ahead and chat on there. You can chat on Facebook. Whatever you see going on in the game, let us know. Keep it classy, keep it clean, of course.
And we're seconds away from tip-off here between the Reading Red Knights and the York High Bearcats.
And this is a great way to start your season. Let's go.
A main event matchup here between two teams. And Reading's quick off the spot here. A three-point shot comes up short. For number 2, Ruben Rodriguez. York High with the ball. York High in their white jerseys, moving left to right TV screen. Reading Red Knights in their black with red letters. And I got a feeling we're going to see an up-tempo style game here between these two schools.
Absolutely. Just like Reading's coach said, they're going to go right at each other and play as hard as they can and get the best out of each other.
Reading's possession. It's Ruben Rodriguez, the sophomore for Reading. Player to keep an eye on for the Red Knights. And a three-point shot in and out of the basket. Rebound by Reading. And a foul.
And as we said earlier, Todd, I think the key for York High is to get rebounds, is to box out and make sure these guys jump over your back and get a foul versus trying to go straight up with them. Reading's a tall team, and York High is a little bit smaller, than Reading, of course.
And Amir Burdine at the free throw line makes his first of 2 shots here for Amir, sophomore, number 0 for the Reading Red Knights. Make it 2 for 2 for Amir. The first points scored by the Reading Red Knights.
And Reading's out here in a trap as well. Bringing the ball up right now. It's Anton Beard Jr. out to Kelvin Matthews.
Kelvin Matthews' name for a lot of fans that watch Sports Shooting Stars, a football player as well.
Stingy defense from Reading.
Samir DeShields, number 55, and number 2, that's Antoine Beard, the senior. And a foul.
Sending Rasheen Lee to the line, shooting 2.
6'3" senior for York High. This York High team will lean heavily on the seniors, Antoine Beard and Rasheem Lee here, 2 returning seniors for York High, who last year, fairly successful season last year.
And out of 4 out of 5 York High players out there, 4 are football players as well.
Showing their athleticism.
2 sport athletes.
Yeah, York High finished up 20-9 last year.
Kelvin Matthews with the ball.
Matched up with Ruben Rodriguez there, Kel.
Ruben Rodriguez with stingy defense right there. Looks like number 2, Anton Beard, is trying to push the issue and get his fouls and get to the line early in the game.
Daniel Alcantara for Reading, another player to keep an eye on. And a rebound there by Xavier Davis.
And so far, Todd, in the first minute and a half, there's been a little bit of sloppy play going on between both these ball clubs, but that can be early game jitters they have to get out before they get rolling.
And first game for both schools here. Kelvin Matthews with the ball for York High. Matched up against Amir Burdine. Drives to the bucket. Looks like York High will retain the ball. And it's a timeout called by head coach Clovis Gallen in York High with 6:02 to go. Reading is up 2-0. Both teams kind of feeling each other out right now. A fairly low-scoring game. As you are watching Sports Shooting Stars, as we bring the game to you this Saturday night, game 2 of a doubleheader here. And we had an earlier action with the York High Lady Bearcats defeating McCaskey Red Tornado. Rick Perez, want to mention, entering his 10th season as the head coach for the Reading Red Knights, comes into tonight's game with a 197-67 record. And, of course, for our fans that are tuned in, are well aware of the 2017 championship with Lonnie Walker and the win over Pine Richland at the sweetest place on earth. Reading bringing the ball up court. Passes out to Rene Rodriguez.
Now, without a doubt, York High can match Reading's speed, without a doubt.
Both teams showing their athleticism early here in tonight's contest. York High's possession.
Samuel Febreze with that charge call. He took that charge.
Here we have Antoine Beard bringing the ball up court for York High.
Anton Beard Jr., his father actually played for York High as well. Senior.
It'll be Reading's ball. Battle tonight between Berks County and York County tonight, dude.
And 3 minutes went by so far. Only 2 free throws have been scored so far.
A low-scoring game. Points may be at a premium tonight, dude.
It's a little jerky ball.
There's Rene Rodriguez with the steal for Reading. Some player substitutions now for Reading. Entering the game, number 34, another player to keep an eye on for Reading, Moro Asumanu. 6'6" senior for Reading.
And that's a foul on Rasheen Lee. Sending Ruben Rodriguez to the line, shooting 3. Checking in the game for York High's number 5, Jaquez Simmons, the 6-foot junior.
Well, there we are. 3 for 3 on free throws so far tonight.
Reading. No field goals made so far, Todd, but
all free throws made.
They're knocking
here.
down the free throws. As I said before, Todd, York High can match up with Reading with the speed and athleticism, but can York High execute and play good defense? I think that's going to be the key also for York High, to execute and play good defense.
And Reading up right now 4-0 over York High. And the put in.
And that's the first field goal. Great rebound for
by
number 14.
Lee.
Rasheen Lee. Nice pass. Looks like Samir DeShields. He was called on that foul, but he came up a little gimpy a little bit. I think something's going on with his knee. I think Coach Clovis Gallen's going to bring him out for a second to take a look at him.
Sends Moro Asumanu up to the free throw line. And again, I mentioned he's a senior for Reading at 6'6". And we saw him warming up pregame. Certainly a presence on the court there, dude. Number 34 for Reading. Five to 2 right now with Reading leading with just over 4 minutes to go. Antoine Beard with the ball.
And Antoine Beard is probably the most athletic player on York High's team right now, so he likes this style of play.
A 2-on-1 here. Maybe a little bit too much razzle-dazzle there on that play, and they at one point had 3-on-1. Could not come up with the bucket. But a foul was called. It's going to send Moro Asumanu back to the free throw line. And you can see here this Reading team kind of in a press against York High do. A battle.
And that's a backcourt.
Backcourt, yep. Violation called. That will give Reading the ball.
And that was great defense from number 34 for Reading, Maro Asumanu.
We're going to be calling his name quite often.
That's the
tonight.
6'6" senior.
And the put in for Reading.
Great bucket for number 11, Xavier Davis.
His first points in tonight's contest. And right back at it. There's Moro Asumanu. And a timeout called right now by Clovis Gallen. Much needed with Reading up 10-2 right now. And Reading's full press court here, Stu.
Yeah, and Coach Gallen's not going to let Reading go ahead and break out and get big scores and bunches of numbers. So he's going to slow it down, call a timeout as much as needed so he get his guys back on track and get them ready to play ball. And just like that, the score was pretty low starting off in the game, and already it's 10-2.
Reading's opened things up a little bit. Hey, while we have a break in the action, let's give a shout out to our sponsors tonight. Basil Insurance. Are you looking for home, auto, or life insurance? Check out Basil Insurance. They're located at 2210 West Market Street, right here in York, Pennsylvania. Also, Integrity First Home Buyers. Looking to buy, sell, or rent? Check out Integrity First Home Buyers, based out of York, Pennsylvania. Also, the attorney of law offices of Sandra Thompson, fighting the law for your job, freedom, or family. Contact Sandra Thompson for all your legal needs. Also, it's a new year. Maybe you're looking for a new car. Check out Prestige Motor Cars of York and ask for Jesse Ferber. Best cars for $10,000 or less. And also, looking to get fit, stay in shape? Check out S3 Performance Training, located at 2810 East Prospect Road, right here in York, Pennsylvania.
And I think that was a key timeout for York High. Coach Clovis Gallen did a great job of slowing everything down so the guys can recollect and get back into the game.
Yeah, because you use a boxing term, York High was on the ropes right there.
Absolutely. Reading's in their press.
And a kick ball.
And if Reading's providing that press, Anton Beard need to have some help in the backcourt there. The guys can't run down there on the other side of the half-court line waiting to get the ball. They have to be back there waiting to help Anton out.
And Anton bringing the ball up court. And drives to the basket, in and out of the bucket. Reading dishes the ball out and in for the 2 points. That's Ruben Rodriguez, sophomore for Reading. I have a feeling for the next couple of years, Reading fans will be hearing the name Ruben Rodriguez quite often.
Absolutely.
For the Red Knights.
And the key for York High this year as well is to find their identity. Who's their go-to guy and what the team is really made of. And this is one of those games where they're going to find that out.
Nice hand foot. Wow, amazing shot there by Joseph Sagatavelsia Chapman. Say that 10 times, too.
I'm going to let you say his name for the rest of the game, Ty.
An impressive effort so far by the Reading Red Knights here, 14-2. A lot of speed on the Reading Red Knights and athleticism, and they're making their buckets count tonight. Foul on the play.
Your guy has to stay aggressive.
And a three-point shot in and out of the bucket by Jaquez Simmons.
And that's a travel.
A travel called. A 12-point lead right now for the Reading Red Knights with 2:32 to go. From downtown York, Pennsylvania, the home of the Bearcats. We thank you for tuning in to Sports Shooting Stars tonight, whether you're watching in the greater York County area or Berks County area or worldwide due to social media. We thank you once again for tuning in.
And your guy's having
and a big-time dunk by Moro Asamanu, and we saw that 6'6" frame go up and down. And clearly the momentum is on the side of the Red Knights. Their coaching staff and JV players are making up for the lack of their fans here allowed in tonight's game.
Yeah, they're loud. It's almost like they have their own home crowd here as well. Reading High. York High has to get back into the game, run their offense, and stay engaged.
16-2 right now, Reading. And a bucket made here by Antoine Beard. His first points in tonight's contest.
And that's a jump ball call.
Jump ball.
And that's our first dunk of the season there,
First
Todd.
dunk, and I always tend to get a bit excited, too, and under 2 minutes to go here. Home of the Bearcats. It's been all ready and early, but there's still plenty of time here for the Bearcats to get back into this game. Foul on the play. Ruben Rodriguez hits that hardwood hard.
And Reading, I thought they were in a 1-3-1 zone at first, but I think they're playing man at this point. I think it'd be a good idea if Samir DeShields comes out towards the wing and takes Moro Asamanu outside of the paint, because with him sitting in the paint, it's going to be very hard to get some buckets.
And
the key is for Samir DeShields to stay active and keep Moro outside of the paint.
And right now at the free throw line, Ruben Rodriguez made his first of 2 shots. He has 5 points. Make it 6 for Ruben, the 6'1" sophomore for the Red Knights.
Kelvin Matthews back in the game. He has the ball right now, number 0 for York High.
In and out of the bucket for Kelvin. And there's Moro. Tipped out of bounds. It looks like York High ball. With 1:13 to go. The first quarter. Kelvin Matthews bringing the ball up court.
And that's where you want Moro out. You want him outside the paint like that. So now you can attack.
Could not connect on that play. It'll be York High's ball. With 50.9 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Reading 18, York 4. York High looking to cut into the lead here before we end the first quarter.
And that's a foul, number 2, Ruben Rodriguez.
It's Ruben's first foul of the game. There's Samuel Fabriz, 5'6" guard. He's a junior, and a three-point shot. They're with a put in, Samir DeShields.
That's a good rebound and a good putback. And here's another steal. Backcourt.
Backcourt call. It'll be York High's ball. Reading 18, York 6 with 14.9 seconds to go.
And that's a second deep three we've seen by number 5, Jaquez Simmons. So he must have a three-point shot. He's very confident in shooting that.
A battle for the ball under the net and a put in.
Nice
by
bucket.
Jaquez Simmons. 10 points. Down by 10 right now in the end of the first quarter. Your score, Reading 18, York High 8.
Well, Reading jumped out there on York High very fast, but York High did a great job of ending the quarter with putting some points back on the up on the score.
To draw a little closer, yeah, and we still have 3 quarters to go right now. The leading scorers for Reading: Ruben Rodriguez with 6 points and Moro Asumanu with 6 points.
And one of those points from Moro is a putback dunk off the rim that was set up by one of his teammates. One
of the more exciting plays so far in the first quarter, and as you mentioned earlier, the first dunk of the season. We hope the first of many that we'll be able to broadcast here with Sports Shooting Stars.
I want to thank the fans for tuning in tonight. Should be a great game. Like I said, got to take each quarter by quarter, and keep chipping away, doing your thing.
This Reading team, from what we've seen so far in the first quarter, they're representing Berks County. Certainly one of the best teams in Berks County, and they're, by the season's end, they'll be competing in districts and possibly a chance for a state title.
And as we said earlier, they were in the district championship last year and they went against Wilson, which they lost to. But expect this team to have a lot of returning players, so expect this team to be back into the districts and possibly states and going for a run for it.
Going for a run, and hopefully we'll be able to maybe head up to the sweetest place on earth for states this year. Another team out of Berks County to keep an eye on, and you mentioned them, the Wilson Bulldogs, led by Stevie Mitchell, who is a Marquette commit.
Yeah, I think the top teams are Reading, Wilson, Central York, and Central Dauphin right now.
Dauphin.
The teams that are pretty much on that bubble that you want to talk about as far as winning districts or possibly winning states this year.
Reading's possession here to start things off in the second quarter.
And now it looks like York High is in a zone.
And that
was good defense.
Puts it in.
That was good defense from Samir DeShields, but that was just a better shot.
8 points for Morrow. He's certainly making his presence felt out there on the court tonight for Reading.
And that's a sophomore with the ball, Maj Walker, number 10, driving to the bucket. Samir DeShields doing a great job for York High, number 55, with getting rebounds and keeping his guys active.
Well, two of the bigger players for York High, you mentioned Samir DeShields and also Kelvin Matthews. 2 big bodies underneath the net and in the paint.
And this year, looking at York High Bearcats bench, it's not as deep as years past. They only have about 7 guys they're going to go with this year.
And a rebound there by
Moro
Asumanu. And a turnover by Reading. Be York High's ball. Smart play there by Joseph Sagatavelsa Chapman. Earned the ball off York High Bearcat. Reading keeps possession and drive to the net, and Morrow makes it look easy. His 10 points for tonight for Morrow. Early in the second quarter, Reading 22, York High 8. Kelvin Matthews in and out of the bucket. Reading with the rebound. That's number 5, Joseph Saga. Devalsa Chapman in the put-in by Daniel Alcantara, another player we mentioned earlier to keep an eye on. He's a 6'4" junior for Reading. And right now, another timeout called by head coach Clovis Gallen.
And Coach Gallen's calling timeouts when he needs to. I mean, it's one of the times that Reading scored in bunches. You don't want them to go off with 6 or 8 points, so he's stopping all that, calling a timeout and getting his guys back on track.
And right now, if you can hear it, he's lecturing his team right now, telling them they're not competing right now. And they're going to need to turn it up a notch right now.
I think the biggest thing for York High right now is to be aggressive. You know, you want to make sure your presence is felt. You want to body guys up. You want to make sure you're there. Don't play dirty, but you have to be aggressive with the ball.
And now,
look for your shot. Be aggressive on defense and offense.
Reading up 24-8 with 6:29 to go here until halftime. It's Antoine Beard.
Good
and a put in there by number 14, Rasheem Lee. It's 4 points for Rasheem Lee.
Now the key for your guys to get back on defense. Good block by Jaquez Simmons.
And a nice put in there by Antoine Beard.
A little misdirection going on with Antoine Beard, but he knocked that shot down.
It's 4 points for Antoine Beard. Oh, there you go. Daniel Alcantara with a put in. Back and forth bucket by Jaquez Simmons. Morrow getting his own rebound off the missed shot.
And that's what York High needs to do. They need to get aggressive. Don't give them easy shots. If you're going to make a bucket, make them earn it.
And it's going to send Morrow to the free throw line right now.
And checking in the game for York High, the sophomore, Jasir Vega, number 10, and also Ahmad Walker. I called him a sophomore before, but he's actually a freshman, number 10, checking in for York High.
Moro Asumanu leads all scores in tonight's game with 11 points.
As we said again, York High bench is not that deep. They go about 7 guys deep. They're guard heavy, so they have to play really fast and really aggressive.
Well, we're seeing, you mentioned fast, we're seeing in bits a bit of a track meet out here with the guys running up and down the court.
2 athletic teams that can run up and down the court. A lot of 2-sport players that's out there right now. As you see, number 34 for Reading, Morrow's coming out the game. So this is the time for York High to attack. They're only down by 13 points with Anton Beard Jr. at the line.
Five points right now for Antoine Beard, a 6-foot senior guard. Reading 27, York 15, with just over 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
Now is the time for York High to do what they need to do to get back on the board and get back into the game.
It's going to send Rasheem Lee to the free throw line. 6'3" forward, senior for York High. It's 5 points for Rasheem Lee tonight. And a timeout called by Coach Rick Perez in Reading.
And I believe Rasheem Lee also made the All-State team in football this year. Give a shout out to him for making that accomplishment. It looks like that fired up conversation that the coach had with his team with York High actually got this guy's lit a fire underneath him.
Yeah. And it will certainly be needed right now. Only down by 11 with 5:08 to go. Again, Reading Red Knights 27, the York High Bearcats 16. It's Sports Shooting Stars. It's Stu Jones, Todd Edwards coming to you live from downtown York, Pennsylvania this Saturday night. Basketball action, a big sports day, some NFL playoff games, but bigger than that is Sports Shooting Stars and our two games that we've broadcasted today.
No doubt, York High girls won today against J.P. McCaskey. Very impressive win. The York High girls scored over 50, had 50 points, I believe, at the end of that game. So that's a great way to start the season.
It was a battle of the White Roses versus the Red Roses, and tonight, well, it's Berks County versus York County tonight.
Had a chance to talk to Tavon Parker, another 1,000-point scorer for York High. Mr. Motivation, he does a lot of things. Motivational speaker, does a lot of things for the community.
Jump ball called.
And that's a positive for York High to have that jump ball call, because it actually gives York High the ball.
Gives York High the ball, and right now York High down by 10, 27-17.
Good rip from Amaj Walker.
Jump ball. It will be Redding's ball. Ruben Rodriguez bringing the ball up court. Redding will retain possession. And a turnover here. York High bringing the ball up court.
And Jaquez Simmons is doing a great job of pushing the issue and getting himself to the line. He's being very aggressive. He's the same one that pulled 2 3-pointers already in the first half. So, keep an eye on number 5, Jaquez Simmons.
6-foot junior for York High at the free throw line.
Lefty.
Jaquez has 4 points in tonight's game. Looking to add to his total. And that's 5 points for Jaquez Simmons. And score Reading 27, York High 18. Go ahead, Duke.
And make no mistake, York High is playing against a district championship caliber team. These Reading High is always in districts or in the states competing. So, York High is in the mix right now, still staying active in this game.
And a timeout called by head coach Rick Perez and the Reading Red Knights. Think of Reading, you go back a few decades ago, another star player from Reading High named Lenny Moore, who ended up playing at Penn State and a longtime Baltimore Colt Hall of Famer who still resides in the Maryland area.
Nice.
After all these years.
Wide receiver, correct?
Wide receiver, flanker, and was one of the all-time greats, not just at Penn State, but with the Baltimore Colts. From Reading.
And you notice, Todd, with Morrow sitting on that bench, York High has actually benefited from that. They've been having an opportunity to have some turnovers, put some points on the board. So, if York High keeps doing that, they can chip back into this game. But now Morrow's back in the game, number 34 for Reading.
And it leads all scorers with 11 points. Certainly a player to keep an eye out on.
He's a
number
really
34.
hard guy. He's very hard to guard. He's nimble. He's athletic. He may be the key to that Reading team.
Rasheem Lee. That's York High with the possession. Rasheem Lee drives to the bucket and does not make it. Foul on the play,
Looks like Coach Rick Perez of Reading wants a goaltend on Rasheem Lee for hitting the backboard.
And the ref right now is talking to Coach Rick Perez. He's going to send Rene Rodriguez to the free throw line, the 6-foot senior for Reading. Looking for his first points in tonight's game. And gets it. 10-point lead right now for Reading, 28-18. 2 for 2 from the free throw line.
Checking back in the game is number 0 for York High, Kelvin Matthews. As you can see, Reading's in a full court press. Maybe if someone would break down the court, you have an opportunity to get a quick bucket.
It's Antoine Beard with the ball. 11-point lead for the Red Knights. And a rebound by Morrow. Kicks the ball up.
Nice aggressive rebound from Rasheen Lee.
And a scramble for the ball. There's Kelvin Matthews for 3.
York High has their opportunities.
And the put in there by number 2, Ruben Rodriguez. It's 8 points for Ruben.
You can't settle. You might as well take the ball all the way to the rim and look for the contact.
Oh, an easy give to Morrow, and they made it look easy there. 13 points for Morrow. Asumanu. A 13-point lead right now for Reading, do.
And as you can see, with Morrow in the game, number 34 for Reading, it gives Reading a different look. It makes them a more powerful team. When he's in the game, they seem more confident and they have more firepower. When he's out the game, they look a little bit exposed.
There you go, Rasheem Lee with the dunk and the put in. And that's 10 points for Rasheem Lee.
Rasheem Lee made it look easy. He got the fans out of their seat.
There's Morrow. Again, talk about making it easy. Morrow, Asumanu, and Rasheem Lee. Looks like he took a hard bump there. It's going to be an injury timeout. Morrow helping him up to his feet.
I think with that spin move, he might have got hit in the face a little bit. And Morrow has great footwork for a big man. I mean, he's very athletic. He's nimble. He can do a little bit of everything. Right there was just a big man move to get that 2 points.
And Morrow right now with 15 points. Rasheem Lee leads all scorers for York High with 10. With 1:57 to go right now, Reading 35, York High 22.
Morrow's definitely setting the tone for the Reading squad.
Oh, and this is an easy one here. And the easy put in by number 24, Rene Rodriguez. That's 4 points for Rene.
And that's a foul on Rene Rodriguez.
That's Rene's second foul tonight.
Number 22 is not actually on our roster list, is it?
Yeah, Davion Smith.
Off the backboard, the bank was open.
The bank was open, and he cashed it in for his first score tonight. 1 point for Davion Smith, 5'8" junior. 2 for 2 from the free throw line. And a put in by Daniel Alcantara. 6 points for Daniel tonight. And Morrow Asumanu with 17 points. And a steal and a put in there by number 2, Ruben Rodriguez. Reading starting to open things up here a little bit, Dew. Reading 43, York High 24 with 54.7 seconds to go. Antoine Beard checking back in after his hard fall on the court. Here's ready to go for York High.
Lenny Moore was also at a halfback. I was just told on
Halfback.
on the live feed right there from Darren Moore, one of my former coaches from South York. How's it going, Darren?
Oh, and a nice put in there by Samir Shields. And on a side note with Lenny Moore, if fans have ever had the opportunity to meet Lenny Moore, probably one of the nicest Hall of Fame players you can meet. I've been in many different events with him, and I don't think I've ever seen him deny an autograph request or a photo opportunity. Just one of the nicest Hall of Famers you can ever meet.
Yeah, Tyler, you be around. You go to all these events, so you know all the Hall of Famers and the old-timers. So
it's interesting, yeah. Just all the best to Lenny Moore, who I believe soon approaching 90 years old.
Wow.
Yes,
still a legend.
Still a legend, yes. And the put in there, again, we keep mentioning his name. That's Moro Asumanu with 19 points right now.
Too much Moro.
End of the first half, and what a way to end. If you're a Reading Red Knight fan, you're happy tonight. Right now, they lead 45-26 over York High, and it's halftime here at this venerable gymnasium from downtown York.
Yep.
Bearcat Nation,
and Coach Gallen has an opportunity during halftime to talk to his team and see how they can adjust. Obviously, you have to go at Morrow. I think they need to be aggressive with him. I mean, he's getting the ball, and, you know, he's taking his shots without getting fouled. I mean, you got 5 fouls to give, so you might as well use a couple of them to kind of slow him down.
And, yeah, right now they just don't seem to have an answer on stopping Morrow. It leads all scorers with 19 points, and it's early. I know we still have a second half to play, but clearly maybe a player of the game candidate.
Absolutely, absolutely. He was there last year on the squad, and he was a major part of their successful run last year. So you got to keep an eye on Morrow. And like I said, my best suggestion, when a guy's that big and that strong, and, you know, you have to be aggressive. You have to, you know, get physical with him and, you know, bump him around a little bit and make sure he knows that you're there.
We'll see what adjustments Coach Clovis Gallen and the York High Bearcats make. But, hey, no better time right now to remind our fans that with the broadcast comes sponsorships, and we've had a few sponsors for tonight's game. I'd like to take special recognition and acknowledgement for Basil Insurance. If you're looking for home, auto, or life insurance, check out Basil Insurance. They are your one-stop shop for all your home insurance needs. They're located on 2210 West Market Street, right here in York, Pennsylvania. You may contact them at 717-792-6200. Also, are you looking to sell, buy, or rent? Contact Integrity First Home Buyers. They're located right here in York, Pennsylvania at 2500 Kingston Road, Southern Pennsylvania's leader in your real estate needs. Also, attorney of law offices of Sandra Thompson. She's a graduate of Widener School of Law. Attorney Thompson has been in practice for over 20 years, fighting the law for your job, freedom, or family. Contact her at 717-577-4436. Also, it's a new year. Maybe you're looking for a new vehicle. Prestige Motor Cars of York. They're located at 1899 Susquehanna Trail right here in York, Pennsylvania. The best cars for $10,000 or less. Contact Jesse Ferber at 717-781-6750. And one final sponsor for tonight's game, season-long sponsor, S3 Performance Training. They're located at 2810 East Prospect Road. It's a new year. Maybe you're looking to get yourself into shape, trim a few pounds, trim that tire around your waist, looking to get fit, stay in shape. Well, S3 Performance Training for all your needs. You can visit them online, Facebook, or contact them at 717-542-4247. And there you have it, our sponsorship. We're here at halftime again with your score. Reading Red Knights 45, York High 26. And we're going to take a brief break in the action, and we will be back momentarily with more Sports Shooting Stars as your broadcast team of Dew Jones and Todd Edwards bring the game to you this Saturday night. And again, thank you for tuning in to Sports Shooting Stars. Okay. There you go. Okay, see, you open up a little bit, throw that out. We're back, sports fans, from a quick drink that we had, and of course, I had the pleasure of eating with my family before pregame here, so not so hungry, but my thirst is quenched. Yeah, a double header today, and we're back as both teams have left their locker rooms and have been on the court here warming up. Well, we're just under a minute and a half to go here before we resume in the second half. Reading Red Knights 45, York High 26. I'll tell you what, in the second half, I believe York High is going to have to find an answer to stop number 34.
Oh, yeah, number
Morrow
34.
Asamanu.
Yeah, number 34, Morrow. He's the key to this Reading offense. So, the key is to slow him down. And as I said before, you have 5 fouls. You need to put your body on him. Don't play dirty, but you need to be more aggressive and make sure he knows that you're around, because he's the key to this team. And with him in the game, they can score all types of points.
And Reading, I'll give Reading credit as the away team, trying to bring a lot of energy to their side. Again, only home fans of York High are allowed into tonight's gymnasium. Roughly about 100 fans were allowed in here, according to the officials we spoke to pregame. And this is a spacious gym. I tell you, I would love to be in here with a standing room only crowd, because it could get really loud in here in years past for some big games.
Absolutely. I mean, this is one of the best places to play at, especially in York County. York High Bearcat gym is, it's old. I think it's been around, 1940, 45 or something like that? Yeah.
And, conversely, in Berks County, how about the Geigel Complex up in Berks County, another historic venue to watch basketball. Just a lot of great venues, and we wish just more people and more fans would be able to attend these games. I know a lot of fans that are watching us at home are just kind of chomping at the bit. Hopefully we can get through this pandemic and get back to more normalcy with attending of sporting events.
Yeah, I believe
it's a great, I think, escape from everyday life watching sports.
Yeah, I believe in the next maybe 6 months to a year, everything will be situated, Todd. I mean, that's my belief and that's my hope, that we can get things back to normal. All the fans can come back to the games. We can
have some rowdy crowds.
Absolutely.
And people
pet rallies and things like that.
Heckling us. All of the above.
Yes, sir. And I think at the end of this quarter, we'll go over our schedule for the rest of the season, so fans can tune in with us and see what's going on, and watch these student athletes play basketball. Girls and boys.
And we're back here. York High will be moving from right to left in their white uniforms. Reading will be in their black uniforms, moving left to right here for the second half of the game. We've just started. Thank you for tuning in.
It's going to be real interesting to see how York High adjusts in the second half to what Reading is doing. And as you can see, Morrow, number 34 for Reading, is not in the game right now. So York High has an opportunity to score some buckets. 3-second call.
3-second call. Good.
Coach Gallen was literally yelling for the last 5 seconds. It was a 3-second call.
Interesting, Coach Rick Perez giving some time out here to Morrow Asamanu, particularly coming off the heels of the halftime.
And if York High is going to go on a run, now's the time.
Samir DeShields making it look easy. 3 for Samir. Gives him 7 points tonight.
And so far, Samir DeShields has been the unlikely hero for York High, hitting some big buckets and getting some key rebounds.
And the put in there by number 11, Xavier Davis. It's 4 points for Xavier tonight.
Kelly Matthews, number 0 for York High, needs to stay aggressive with the ball.
Right now, Reading with the lead, 47-29, with 6:31 to go here in the third quarter.
Kelvin Matthews kind of hanging around that three-point line and not being very aggressive with the ball. I think they need that from him because there's not a lot of scoring coming from York High right now.
And you can hear the fans maybe at home. Coach Rick Perez for Reading, constantly coaching from the sidelines as players.
I mean, Coach Rick Perez, he's a player coach. I mean, I know the kids really love his style of coaching. You can see them respond to it very well. I mean, he gets up there and does jump lunges with them after big shots and things like that. So he brings that type of energy that I think the kids really love out of Reading.
And right now at the free throw line, Antoine Beard, who has 5 points for York High, looking to add to his point total.
And there's Samir DeShields again, as we said, being that unlikely hero and getting that rebound, but it was a turnover as well.
And Daniel Alcantara with 8 points with that bucket.
And York High can't get into the point where they're gazing at the player, where they're looking at them making plays. Right there, the kid got the ball and he wanted to shoot again, and York High just kind of looked at him versus putting their hands up and making the shot difficult for him.
Well, a 20-point lead right now for the Red Knights over the Bearcats. Ball turned over. It will be Reading's ball. And another turnover.
And that's
Antoine Beard.
That's an easy 2 points for Anton Beard Jr. Number 2.
7 points for Beard tonight.
Number 2 for York High.
A 3-point shot. Daniel Alcantara.
Also, another interesting note, Morrow, number 34 for Reading, didn't start the second half. So he's still sitting on the bench and, collecting his wind and, just kind of relaxing. But he's leading all scores right now with 19 points.
19 points. Right now at the free throw line, Daniel Alcantara with 8 points.
And it looks like they have 2 starters that didn't come out in the second half as well.
Daniel 0 for 2 for the free throw line there. Still Reading with the lead, 49-31. Samir DeShields. And a 3-point shot made by Samuel Fabrice. It's his first points in tonight's game. Daniel Alcantara matches it. How about that? A big 3.
3 for 3. Good pass. Good patience from Samuel Fabrice.
Samuel Fabrice, that's 5 points now for Sam.
A quick 5 points for Samuel.
Another 3, back-to-back 3s by Daniel Alcantara right now. 14 points for Daniel.
Daniel Alcantara is starting to light it up.
I'll tell you, we mentioned it earlier in our broadcast, the 6'4" junior. You're going to be hearing a lot about him for Reading this year and next year. The top players in Berks County.
And now it looks like Morrow and number 5, Joseph
Saga. Stavelsa
Chapman. That's a very tough name. He needs to go by a nickname a little bit for us to keep saying his name so many times, but he's checking into the game right now. And again, both benches only go about 7 deep. I mean, Reading's not a deep bench as well, so,
And that's Samuel Fabrice there. The free throw line with 7 points and an easy put in there by Rene Rodriguez. 6 points for Rene tonight.
And as we said before, we know this is the first game of the year. York High is going a little bit undermatched. York High is going against a district championship caliber type of team. But right now, I think York High has to identify who they are. You know, who's the scorer, who's the rebounder, and you know who they really are going into the game. Right now, we haven't really seen them identify themselves as much.
Well, right now, Rasheem Lee leads all York High scores with 10 points. Going to be York High's ball there. Ball off the top of the backboard. Ball kicked out of bounds there by number 24. Renee Rodriguez of Reading. Foul on the play. It's going to send Renee Rodriguez to the free throw line. He has 6 points tonight's game. Right now, Reading 57, York High 38 with 4:05 to go here in the third quarter. It's Renee's 7th point. Make it 8 for Renee. And Morrow there, making it look easy there, his 21st point tonight's game. Just swatted away there by number 11, Xavier Davis. And clearly right now the momentum is on the side of the Reading Red Knights, do.
Absolutely. Anton Beard Jr. is one of the fastest guys on the court. He likes to play. He's one of the best one-on-one players as well. But he needs to slow it down a little bit and see what's open and get his guys involved.
Foul on the play.
And as someone mentioned, we were talking about Samir DeShields a little bit earlier. The DeShields are pretty much known for York High basketball and football. You have his dad, who is Marcus DeShields, one of the great players from York High. I think he played in that 95 district championship team for York High. And also you have Shannon DeShields, another player from back in 92, 93, big-time player, big-time dunks. One of the first guys I saw playing basketball on TV on Cable 4 York. So
back in the day, cable TV of York.
Yes.
A lot of big games between York High and York Catholic back in the day. Remember a big rivalry between the two schools.
And also can't forget Brandon DeShields and Barb DeShields.
Xavier Davis there with a put in. 6 points for Xavier. And a steal. Morrow in.
And the wheels are starting to fall apart a little bit for York High. They're trying to keep up with Reading and how they play ball, but York High needs to stick to what they're good at.
Right now, a 25-point lead for Reading. Morrow at the free throw line. Leads all scorer in tonight's game with 23 points, and he's looking to add to that total right now here as he's at the free throw line. 6'6" senior for Reading.
And like all good teams, Reading is scoring in bunches. I mean, it could be 6 points at one point in time. It could be 8 points, and they're scoring in bunches. And that's why you see the lead the way it is right now, because a few minutes ago it was only about a 14, 16-point game.
And at one point, 10-point lead. And right now, a 26-point lead. York High with the possession now. Xavier Davis there misses his shot.
And that's okay, and that's what York High wants to do. When Morrow gets the ball, you want to make sure you foul him. He's already having his way with the ball. He has 24 points, and it's only the third quarter.
Points, and again, he's at the free throw line again, and a 26-point lead right now for the Red Knights. who are clearly in cruise control right now in the third quarter with 3:15 to go.
And when you play against a team like Reading who presses the whole time, it's really hard to set up your offense. You know, I know your Kyle come down and set up their plays and stuff like that, but with the press, it's very hard to set up your offense because they're all over you and won't give you the opportunity to do that.
The York High's ball.
That's Morrow against Anton Beer Jr. Anton Beer Jr. loves the one-on-one matchups. He's very quick with the ball, and he can get to the bucket very easily.
York High working the ball around here with just under 3 minutes to go.
Pass it back.
Travel call.
That was actually a nice play set up from Jaquez Simmons, you know, with the handoff, and it was supposed to be a give and go, but don't think Davion Smith saw him, number 22 for York High.
Wide open out there on the wing and makes it. Number 24, Rene Rodriguez. 11 points for Rene. A 29-point lead for Reading.
Very nice shot.
Shot made by Davion Smith. It's 4 points for Davion. Anton Beard with 9 points with that bucket. And man, he's in the zone. Rene Rodriguez, 14 points. And makes it. Antoine Beard. It's 12 points for Beard.
Anton responds with a three.
And it's unbelievable. That's his third straight three.
That's 3 threes in a row.
For Rene Rodriguez, 75 points for Reading, and a steal. Just off on that alley-oop shot there. New. Hey, Rene Rodriguez with 16 points.
3 threes back-to-back in less than a minute.
And right now your score, Reading 74, York 47.
Checking back in the game is Kelvin Matthews and also Amaj Walker, the freshman. The freshman is actually, Morrow's actually keeping the freshman, number 10, Amaj Walker. So that's going to be very interesting because Morrow is 6'6", and Amaj Walker is listed at 5'10".
Xavier Davis there. A 30-point lead right now, due with 1:26 to go in the third quarter. With that foul, sends Xavier Davis to the free throw line. With 8 points, Davis has.
Checking in the game is Jasir Vega, number 30, the 5'10 sophomore. Maj Walker with the ball.
York High will retain possession.
And York High has to remember, Reading's a physical team, so you have to be physical with them, even on the offensive side. When you get the ball, you're going to put your shoulder down and create some space so you can get that shot up.
Timeout called by head coach Clovis Gallen right now. It's been all Reading. It's 78-47 over York High. Want to remind our fans that are tuned in tonight to Sports Shooting Stars, our next broadcast will take place Tuesday, January 19th, the day after MLK Day. We're going to be back right here at Bearcat Nation as York High plays host to the Central York Panthers. in a big YI Division I matchup. A full slate of games. We're hoping we can continue to move forward with the broadcast schedule.
Yeah, and that Central game versus York High is always a rivalry, even in football, of course in basketball. So
yeah.
that's one of those games that you're always going to see on our schedule at least once or twice a year with York High versus Central York.
And fans that are tuned in, they can check out our broadcast schedule on our Facebook page or Instagram page simply by liking Sports Shooting Stars. And we want to give a special shout out to Berks County viewers that are watching tonight through their Facebook page, the Reading Red Knights Facebook page. We welcome you and hope you're enjoying the broadcast. I'm sure a lot of people in Reading and Berks County are rather happy with the result right now with the score Reading 78, York High 47, but a special hello to our fans watching there.
I want to give a shout out to Ryan Hauk, one of our sponsors last year with Alton House Pub and Grill.
Oh, you were there this past week.
I was.
Fine dining.
Fine dining. I love the food there. Shout out to Ryan Hauk, his wife Jennifer, as well. They always treat us well. Like I said, they represent New Oxford, and we got a couple New Oxford games on tap this year as well.
And a timeout called. It looks like Rick Perez was looking to call a timeout, a jump ball. A running clock, I want to remind our fans, a running clock is now in effect with a 30-point lead right now.
Reading's up by 31 points, 78 to 47 in the third quarter. I want to give a shout out to Todd Sunick. How's it going, Todd? Good to see you tuning in tonight.
Watching from the comfort of their own home, a lot of the fans tonight.
No matter the score, we always appreciate the fans that tune in and watch us, so thanks a lot, Todd. Also, Jason Rawls, shout out to him. His son, Taylor Wright Rawls, plays for Central York.
Rawls, yes. Getting some looks from Division I schools.
Well, he committed.
Rawls, correct? He did commit.
He did commit. It's on the tip of my tongue, so maybe Jason can tell me exactly where he committed to, but he did commit this year.
Final seconds here in the third quarter. It looks like Reading's content to hold the ball here. They're going to get it off Xavier Davis. And in. Did it count?
It counts.
It's good. That was Boru Asumanu, again, with the bucket and 26 points. The question becomes, can Moru hit the 30 mark here tonight with 8 minutes to go?
Well, you wonder if he's even going to play in the fourth quarter with a 33-point lead.
Final 8 minutes coming up. Your scores, Reading 80, York High 47. Stay tuned for final 8 minutes of the broadcast tonight.
Just to speak about a couple games we got coming up this year, Todd, we also, like you said, we have Central York versus York High, which is on the 19th. After that, we had Steel High versus Harrisburg, but that game was
big matchup in Mid-Penn. I wish we really would have been able to see those two schools, particularly with Steel High and Mackay Flowers, who recently committed to Penn State to play football.
Yeah, Penn State's recruiting class for 2022.
22, really strong. I mean, it's really a strong class. And, of course, a guy by the name of Bo Perbola will be committed to that class as well from Central York.
Shout out to Bo as well. Bo's recovering from a broken foot.
Wish him a speedy recovery, as he'll probably take the basketball season off, but be ready for his final senior year next fall with Central York.
He took Central York all the way to the state championship where they played against St. Joseph Prep. They didn't win that game, but that's the game that Bo broke his foot, and he still played throughout the whole game. He didn't know he was injured until almost a day after the game. We figured out that he was injured, but I did see him moving a little gimpy, and I didn't know what was going on.
Well, I was after post game. I was in the restroom with him. He was walking more. I mean, it looked, so maybe he was still operating on adrenaline at that point. But wish him a speedy recovery. We're back with action here tonight.
Well, I talked to his mother as well, and she told me, and I probably pretty much can figure that from Bo, that, he would never let you know that he's injured or hurt. So, he plays with a lot of pride. So shout out to Bo Perbola. Did a lot for Central York this year, got them to the state championship, which is one of the first ever in York County, and, really put Central York and really York and Adams County football back on the map.
On the map. And right now we see Joseph Chapman at the free throw line.
And also we have a York High versus Columbia game coming up. We're representing the Lancaster-Lebanon League.
Be another battle of the roses, right? White Rose versus Red Rose.
York Suburban versus Eastern. Central York versus New Oxford. Bishop McDevitt versus Central. York Suburban versus Kennerdale. And
Kennerdale,
West York,
of course, led by Carter Day, their senior.
Carter Day averaged 23 points last year in the league, so he could put up points big time and in bunches.
In bunches, no doubt. Right now, you're watching Reading all over York High, 81-47. And a big-time shot by Rasheem Lee made that one. A 31-point lead right now for Reading.
And all York High right now can do is play hard and play with pride. They don't want to go down too much more points than what they already are. And I know Coach Gallen wants to see what he can get out of his guys and what they're made of, to be honest with you. Forgot to call checking in the game is number 40, Malachi Banks, the 5'11" junior. Also want to tell the fans that, this is a great measuring stick for York High to start their season off. I mean, this is not vindictive of what they're going to do for the rest of the season, but, you're going against a Reading High, which is, a district championship caliber type of team, and they come with the energy, and, they're one of the top teams in our district.
Yeah, a district really and state contender, Reading High, year in and year out under Coach Rick Perez. Done a fantastic job with this program.
And I did get Taylor Wright Rawls, the college he did commit to, which is Division I, Bryant University. It was on the tip of my tongue, Jason. I appreciate that.
Things getting a little chippy out there with, I heard Joseph Chapman, number 5 for Reading.
And that's the freshman, Amaj Walker, getting a little chippy with. If I'm not mistaken, Amaj Walker, dad is B.J. Walker, which is the pro wrestler B.J. Walker.
B.J. Walker, yes.
Yeah, that's his dad, yeah. The icon.
The icon, yes. I've had the pleasure a couple times of ring announcing a few shows with him through the years, although that's been kind of put on hold due to COVID-19.
Shout out to the icon, B.J. Walker.
B.J. Walker, York's own, yes. Going to send Rasheem Lee to the free throw line here. 15 points for Rasheem. Make it 16.
And Rasheem
leads
Lee
all scores for York High.
And Rasheem Lee played a really solid game this game. Like I said, he was on the boards. He got a big-time dunk. He's getting rebounds. He's getting his guys involved. So, shout out to Rasheem Lee Jr. He's doing a great job tonight for York High.
17 points for Rasheem.
Also want to give him, his recognition for making All-State in football as well as wide receiver.
Foul called.
And I guess we should ask the fans, who do they think the player of the game should be? Because after the game, we give away a shirt and a mask to the player of the game, and we talk to the coach. So after the game, we want the fans to tune in for a couple more minutes so we can have that post-game interview and give away that player of the game shirt. But we want you guys to, engage with us and let us know who you think the player of the game should be.
Right now, Moro Asumanu at the free throw line, 2 for 2, and 28 points. Leads all scorers tonight. Certainly been the dominating player, one of the best out of Berks County. Xavier Davis there for the put-in. Number 11 with 11 points tonight.
And Xavier Davis has had a great game as well. He's been playing really hard. And getting those hard buckets for his team.
Reading 85, York High 53 due.
And it's a different look seeing these high school players with masks on as they're playing basketball. I mean, you don't see it in college too much, or even in the NBA, but on the high school level and the middle school level, they're making sure these kids stay safe.
And even the high school wrestlers are required to wear masks. And they're for the bucket, number 2, Ruben Rodriguez. That's 12 points for Ruben. I believe the only athletes in the winter season that are not required to wear masks are swimmers.
And that makes sense.
But it's interesting, masks are required at the high school level, but last night on the Big Ten Network was the start of college wrestling. And at that level, the wrestlers were not wearing any mask at that level, at the collegiate level.
And I guess every division, every school is a little bit different, especially at the college level. But, you know, I know in York County and Adams County, they're making sure these kids, these student athletes have a mask on, and, you know, they're staying safe, staying sanitized, and practicing social distancing. Not to mention, we're giving away a mask to, you know, the player of the game tonight.
Player of the game.
Sports Shooting Stars.
And there you go, Amoro Asamanu stepping off with 4:42 to go, right now with 28 points in the game.
And he got it the hard way. I mean, he got it in the paint, post moves, and just being aggressive.
A three-point shot made by Antoine Beard.
And you know what I noticed about Rick Perez, the coach for Reading? He plays towards the player's skill set. Last year, you've seen a lot of dribble, drive, penetration from his Reading team. This year, they're more free-flowing and, you know, getting the ball down low.
Here's Xavier Davis with an easy put in. That's 13 points for Xavier. 89 Reading, York High 55. We're under 4 minutes to go.
That's good hustle from Jaquez Simmons. Don't never want to give up, want to keep on playing hard and letting the coach know that you're in it for the whole 4 quarters. And it looks like the Reading players are almost baiting Amaj Walker to make that move so they can trap on him, and it calls a turnover, which is a traveling call. We'd like to see Samir DeShields get back into the game for York High and get a couple more points. He did a great job getting rebounds and staying active and putting some points up. I think he ended the game with between 7 and 9 points.
A travel called on Xavier Davis. Rasheem Lee has 17 points for York High.
Checking in the game for Reading is number 12, Aries Rodriguez.
Some player substitutions here with just under 3 minutes to go. Coach Clovis Gallen getting some other players in the game.
Looks like Coach Rick Perez is working on his zone defense now.
Timeout called by head coach Gallen for York High. 2:25 to go. Reading 89, York High 55.
And as we mentioned earlier, Coach Rick Perez, if the team is down or if the team is up, you couldn't tell because his energy stays the same. He makes sure that the guys are involved, engaged all the time. I mean, the kids really, gravitate towards that, and you can see it on the court. And you can see it before pregame. You can see it at halftime. I had a chance to notice that last year, and I really was impressed by that. And not to take anything away from Coach Gallen, he does a great job with his team as well, keeping the guys ready to go. They don't have the firepower that they had years past. But like I said to you again, this is a team that's just starting, and they need to get their feet wet a little bit. It's a young team, and they're going to do well in the counties. But like I said again, we said it about a few times, they're playing against a district championship caliber team. So this is what you expect to see from a team like Reading.
York High with the ball.
And we'll be seeing York High a few more times this year against county teams. Central, West York, Eastern, New Oxford. Looks like most of the reserves are in on both teams right now.
It's a case, I think, due right now to just run the clock out. Reading on their way to their opening game win here. First game of the season for Reading. And
with 1 minute and 38 seconds to go in a game,
sends Daniel Alcantara to the free throw line. has 15 points in tonight's game. Solid performance by Daniel.
Hey, yeah, it's been really well balanced scoring from from Reading High. They have about 4 players that's in double digits.
Yeah, and a 45-point lead right now, dude.
Close to 100 points put up on their first game of the year.
Also want to give a special shout out to Cade Burnett and a 3-point shot there, dude.
Great shot from Amaj Walker, number 10.
Walker.
The freshman for York High.
4 points for Amaj tonight. We mentioned our videographer, Cade Burnett, is here for his first broadcast on the basketball side. We welcome him tonight. Look forward to his video montage later this week. Check him out on Instagram and Facebook, Cade Burnett. Burnett Visuals.
Yeah, Cade Burnett, he's what I call a game changer. His visuals and his edits are top notch. And Amaj Walker has impressed me so far this game. I mean, he's getting where he fits in. He's being aggressive. He's not stopping. And, he's only a freshman, so keep an eye on him, York High fans. Number 10, Amaj Walker.
Number 10, he'll be around for a couple more years. And right now, Reading looks content to run the clock out. The score, Reading 90, York High 58.
Reading right now sitting on a 32-point lead, and they're going to finish this game 1-0. York High is going to start the game 0-1 outside the conference, but 0-0 in the YAIAA.
And we want to thank the fans for tuning in tonight to our second game of our doubleheader today. It's been a busy broadcast day, and there you have it, the buzzer in the final. Your score, Reading 90, York High 58.
And as we told the fans, if you can just stick around for a few minutes, we're going to have a player of the game announcement.
Fans, we're still here. Dew Jones, Todd Edwards, trying to get some words talking to Coach Rick Perez. He's going to go meet with his team post-game here. We're going to make our way down to the hardwood floor and with an interview with Coach Rick Perez. And I would say the player of the game, without question, really, is Moro Asamanu, who had 28 points in the first game of the year. The 6'6" senior really poured it on tonight for Reading, dude.
Yeah, he came out tonight and did a great job of setting the tone, getting his team ready. He was very hard to keep. I mean, he's 6'6", but he moved like he was almost a guard when he got the ball with the nimble feet and being active on the boards and with the ball.
Well, I think we're going to make our way down, dude. What do you think? Down to the as the fans file out tonight's game. And an exciting conclusion to a busy day, Dew. How about it?
Yeah, it's been a doubleheader.
Stars.
A doubleheader started off with the girls' game, York High Lady Bearcats versus J.P. McCaskey Lady Red Tornadoes. York High Lady Bearcats.
Bearcats with the W. The boys could not come up with the W tonight, but nevertheless, they'll bounce back. You're sure of that, Dew. I mean,
yeah, York High is a resilient team, so they're definitely going to bounce back. Like I said, they're playing an out-of-conference team, district championship caliber team, so, just expect, them to come up and have big numbers like that. But, York High is always in the mix.
Yeah, they'll be one of the top teams in Division I YAIAA. York High will be there with the Central York Panthers. Our videographer, Cade Burnett, is here as well. Hopefully he'll put together some nice video work, and we're going to be speaking with the player of the game here, and of course head coach Rick Perez in his 10th season. A rather impressive win for the Reading Red Knights tonight, as we're here at half court. Hello, we're back again. Kind of where seems like we just started here. How about it,
Yeah,
Dylan?
that's where it all started. That was a very quick game. Like I said, wasn't a lot of timeouts. Coach Gallen called a couple timeouts in the first half to stop the bleeding a little bit, but that second half, going into the second half, Reading was pretty much in control, and he let his guys play.
He did, and no doubt about it. We're going to be joined by head coach Rick Perez. Welcome, Coach. You like this York County feel? I mean, we were here, I think, last year, February, at Central York. The camera right behind you here. Yeah, there we go.
You're good. You're good. You stay right here.
A 1-point win last year against Central, and tonight a rather dominating performance against this York High team. Talk to the fans a little bit about what goes into your preparation.
Well, there was just a lot of excitement, you know what I mean? So we had to deal with the emotions of just being able to step back on the court. And, so we're blessed to be here, and in that preparation, you're playing a great York High program. So, strategically, we got to make sure we're playing great transition defense, trying to keep guys in front of us, which we didn't do well today. But, it's just making sure that the guys emotionally are prepared, and that they're just ready to play basketball at the highest possible level right now. So it was a bit unique preparing for today's game, or, just the season overall. And, hey, we take the changes as they come, but we know we're absolutely blessed to be here.
No doubt about it. An impressive performance. Questions here for Coach
One
Perez.
thing I was very impressed with, I saw you last year going against Central York, and, you guys were down most of the game. And I told people when we was doing that game, we filmed that game, your energy that you bring to the table, man, it's like unmatched. I haven't seen that from any other coach around this area. I mean, from the first guy on the bench to the last guy on the bench, you were engaged with them. You do, chest bumps and all that stuff. So I know guys really take into what you guys got going on. So can you tell us a little bit about this year, what you guys plan on doing, and as far as you're going to take it?
How you doing, man?
Well,
Great game.
we're just going to enjoy every single day. We don't know what tomorrow brings. We don't know what the next days bring. So, we've really been talking about staying ready. Staying ready for whatever comes ahead of us, and really just count our blessings for being here. We didn't look forward. I mean, we want to, of course, play at York, but we wanted to enjoy every single day. So coming into the gym every single day, we just said, count your blessings. We're here together. So, I don't know what the future holds, but I know we got an opportunity to enjoy ourselves today. And, we will prepare for practice tomorrow and a great Central Dolphin team.
Yeah.
But, and in terms of energy, it's Reading High basketball. So we have no choice but to give it our all. And I'm pretty immature, man. I'm 39. I'm like a big old kid.
Right.
And I just want to enjoy myself, and I want them to enjoy themselves. And, I don't need to act a certain way. I need to be with them. I need to enjoy them and make the game fun. You don't work this hard not to have fun.
Absolutely. Another thing I just want to add on. I see Marlo's here now, but that speech you gave before the game. I mean, that spoke volumes to a lot of people. Like I said, we were going live, so they caught every word that you said, and it shows a lot of leadership, man. We really appreciate that you go beyond being a coach, but being a father figure or just being whatever you need to be towards the kids, so they can have success in this thing we call life.
Yes, it is life. You know what I mean? We just get to play basketball in the realm, and that. We're not just basketball coaches. We have to address every single thing that they're embracing. When you're dealing with a young man, it's not about, or any student athlete, it's not about just putting the ball in the hoop or scoring touchdowns. We have to prepare them for life. Absolutely. And, they don't know how to communicate well or to handle their emotions, so they do it through the game. Mm-hmm. So we just use this game to help them continue to mature and grow. And that's why, so many student athletes grow to be amazing leaders, because they have this type of platform to grow with them. And, they got to see a man, men in all, who are vulnerable, and there's no hesitation in showing them that, and we'll step up to whatever platform we need to.
Yeah, I can tell you're very transparent with your players, man. We really appreciate that. And you got one of your star players right behind us,
one of your star, or actually the player of the game here, Moro Asamanu, with 28 points. An impressive performance, Moro. What went into the game planning here today? I mean, he's all 6'6", a great effort tonight. As the coach is holding the shirt there, a player of the game. We're live on TV. First of all, would you like to say anything to fans? Berks County's represented on the Facebook page. Anything you'd like to say to the fans back in Berks County?
There it is. Man, practice social distancing all well, so you can hook them up. You know what I mean? There it is.
Oh, he's styling and profiling now. There you go. Or with the mask as well. Sports shooting stars, Moro, 28 points. Would you like to say anything to the fans back home?
Hi, everybody.
There it is. That's what's up.
We love our
that's
fans. They're the best. I know they wish they could be here, but I know they're supporting us from back home at this time, so we love them a lot.
No doubt about it. And sports provides a great diversion, and you did that tonight, 28 points. Where do you go forward now after this big win over York High?
We keep the intensity going. We keep pushing. Even though it was a good win, we still got things we need to pick up and work in that practice, so we're going to get on that right away.
No doubt about it. A week worth of practice, and hopefully this can continue the basketball season during the pandemic. What's your future goals? Any looks from any colleges post Reading High School?
Yeah, I have some look. But right now, I'm just focusing on
Game by
right
game.
now and game by game, because you never know what could happen. So we gotta take every opportunity we can. We can't take nothing for granted.
And you certainly did that tonight with a big effort with 28 points due. Any questions here for a player of the game, more or less?
You did a great job tonight, man. You really impressed a lot of people that, didn't have an opportunity to see you play before coming out. First game of the year, busting out 28 points. You probably could have had 30. You know what I'm saying? But, you did a great job, man. And, Sports Shooting Stars, we want to give that to the best players that we see out there playing ball, man. So,
and you certainly
hopefully
earned it
wear
tonight.
with pride, man. We appreciate you.
All the best.
All right, man.
All
be
the
safe,
best.
man. See you later.
Season. Coach Rick Perez, thanks for joining us. All the best. Safe travels back to Berks County.
No doubt.
You guys, and all the best. Maybe another run to the sweetest place on earth. How about it?
All right, guys. See you later.
Take care.
Have a nice ride back.
Yeah, this Reading team, take care. In 2017, they were winners, with Lonnie Walk, and they have that possibility again this year. They're looking good against York High. And what a wrap. How about it, Du?
Yeah. I mean, it's always great. Like I said, we love featuring a lot of teams from the county, but it's always great to see teams outside the county as far as Berks County, Lancaster, Mid-Penn area.
Mid-Penn, Adams County.
And, Reading's one of those teams that's, definitely going to be talked about all year long. Keep an eye out for Morrow. I'm sorry. I don't have
Asamanu. Yep. 28 points.
And the thing about it, he said he had some college looks, but not the major ones. So you expect some major colleges to follow Morrow if he keeps providing 28 points a night.
And I liked his focus. It was about the here and now, looking forward to his senior year with Reading and staying focused on this season. And, it's great. Great focus.
And just like I said, our last tidbit we want to put in there, this is the first game for York High this year. Obviously, they're a young team. They're a little undersized, but like I said, they're going against a powerhouse team with Reading. And, they're outside the conference. But inside the conference, I think York High will do very well. This is their first game, so I'm pretty sure Coach Gallen's going to go back and look at the footage and see what regroup, do some adjustments, see what he likes, and this is a great, way to set the season off for them. If you play against a team like that and score about 50 to 60 points, then you can do that in the county as well.
In the county, and they've moved up to 6A from 5A. York High will be back here the day after Martin Luther King Day on January 19th.
It's going to be about 10 days before we be back filming again, but once we're back filming, it's going to be back-to-back games.
We'll
we have 13 games on the schedule, so you guys check us out. And like I said, Sports Shooting Stars, we're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We're always looking for sponsors. We're also looking for new fans, like our page. And like I said, all we do is film live high school sporting events, so you'll see us around. This is our year 4.
Year 4 basketball,
games.
And we thank you for tuning in tonight. And we're going to have more to come here in 2021.
Yep. All right, guys. Have a good night. Watch some football. That's what we're about to probably go do.
Probably, no doubt.
See you later.
Take care. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good